Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the Ted Show. I'm so excited. I finally got this young man to come on my show. The one and only Dwayne Kent is here, the Ark Network Group. We're going to talk about that. I love the title of the show, Bridging the Gap Between You and Your Business Goal or Goals, because I think we all sometimes are our number one problem in reaching those goals ourselves. And he's going to talk about two events he has coming up. You can see the one in the background there, Kentucky Derby. I love it. But he's just an amazingly genuine, generous human being. He's got great energy, and I'm excited to introduce him to my audience. So welcome, Dwayne. How you doing today?
Thank you. Thank you. I was going to say you're amazing. I love it. I love it. I love your energy. Thank you for having me on the show. And thank you again. Just thank you. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. It was very fortuitous that we met up, and I finally was able to get with your beautiful Darnisha.
Yes,
right?
She's so amazing. She keeps me in line.
She whipped it right into place, and we got you on the show. All right, so enough about me. Let's talk about you. So I told you before we went live that the audience loves an origin story. Tell them a little bit about Dwayne Kent and how you got here to the Ark Network Group.
Perfect. So a little bit about me, actually. So I'm originally from Kentucky, and I went to school at Western Kentucky University, and I studied behavior science. And with that, that's actually how I ended up getting into the Ark Network Group, or creating the Ark Network Group. But it's funny because my first degree was not actually behavior science. It was a culinary arts degree. So that's what one of my biggest passions is, cooking and being around loved ones and feeding people. So that's kind of like the culture that we have at the Ark as well, in a nutshell.
I love that. That's awesome.
Thank you. And with
nope, keep going. I love it. Keep
perfect. And with the Ark Network Group, the main reason why I actually created the Ark Network Group, because I was actually graduating college, and I registered that it was going to be hard for me to get a job, or register for people that was in my age group that was going to be hard for us to get a job. And we have the most debt. It's crazy. So I was like, well, how can we bridge the gap between my generation and another generation? Because one generation feel like we should work, one way, and we feel like we should, work another way. But we have to meet in the middle because we all need each other. So I was like, well, how can we bridge this gap? So I was like, oh, well, the Ark could do this. So you all need us and we need you. So we know what we call the internet. And you know what we call life and how to sustain it. If we can bring those two together, that'll help our generation. We need each other to grow. So with that being said, like I said, we help bridge the gap between entrepreneurs and their business goals, or you and your business goals. So we do things like social media management, content management, website development, business strategists. And the biggest things that people love us for is we help you get clients and we throw events.
Yes, you do.
So this is what brings the community together and really make us well-rounded as an organization.
So I want to tell you that I am so glad you just explained what you did.
Okay.
So you just did. I thought you just threw events. So I'm so glad that now I understand what your client base is and what you're looking for. And I think you're right. I think there's a great way to do it together. The people of my age group, we're not necessarily great on social media. We really don't understand how to schedule content or what content should be. But we do have a lot of life experiences prior to social media. But you joined, like, you're a member of the club, the Citrus Club, and like you really took your mission to heart. And so when you connect with people, when somebody has a consult with you, what is that like? If I come to you and say, all right, Dwayne, I love your message, I definitely could use your help. What kind of things do you go through with them? And then we'll get to the events, because I know that that's what we're going to talk about.
No, you're amazing. I love this. So this is actually this is the excitement for me. So actually what typically happens, is, hey, Dwayne, I want to be a part of your organization. I would like to work with you. We always say we recommend for you to be a member of the Ark Network Group. We have 3 different tiers. And with the Ark Network Group, that's giving you 50% off, enter into our events completely for free. That's giving you weekly meetings with our team as well, keeping you very well connected. And let me explain the very well connected part. I'm always at networking events. There are 2 more people similar to me that are always at networking events, and we're always connecting individuals. And that's keeping you connected. And that's how we get you clients. We're really out there face-to-face making those connections. So with that, to go back to your question, so I just really dive into what you need and what your organization needs as a whole, but we don't dive into your business. We dive into you first as a person. And the reason why is because we build your business around you, because we're a people organization first. And if we don't know you, then we can't really grow your business. So transparency, some people are terrible at following up. Some people are terrible at emails. We need to know these things so we can put these building blocks in place for you to grow your organization.
It's true. I think all of us have something we don't do great. And I think a lot of us are trying to do way too many things on our own. So not the master of anything. We don't really pay attention to the things that are slipping by because we're trying to balance all of these balls in the air. And for you to come along and have an opportunity to get people clients, again, I did not know that's what you did. So I'm loving this conversation. For somebody like me is intriguing because I can only do so much. But I know I could do more if I had an extension of me. And you're basically, you all are an extension of their business. You're part of it. So tell me about the events coming up and tell me about why you think events are important.
Perfect. So I think events are important because they connect individuals. We actually did not do events. We used to work in your business. That's all we used to do, like that social media management, content management, website development. But our members wanted to meet each other, connect with each other. So we was like, well, people keep asking for this. We're going to deliver for them. So with the events, we throw about 4 events a month now. So we throw 3 smaller events and then 1 signature event. With the smaller events, that's about 40 to 60 people. But with the event that we have coming up, which is our lunch and learns are only about 20 to 30. And that's because it's rarely intimate. And what we do is we end up bringing 2 members on stage. This week, for the 27th, we have ADP and one of our business coaches speaking at this lunch and learn. But the overall reason for the events and the important is for you can make that in-person connection, have that vibe, have that feeling, so you can actually feel the atmosphere because it's just more than just business. It's personal connections as well.
I think people are afraid of networking or people don't know how to do it well.
Yeah.
And so if you're there and you're part of their business, an extension of their business, you're trying to help them. You're offering up all of these things. Obviously, I've seen you do it personally. You're introducing people all the time. I think it's brilliant because that's the biggest failure. There's 2 failures at networking. First of all, they take all the business cards home and they do nothing with them. But they also don't know how to network. Like they don't. Usually the networking creators or the people who are the hosts, they don't go around and introduce people. And their number one goal is to get more people at their event. Not your number one goal is to get as many clients and many introductions for your clients as you can. And I think that's a huge, huge difference. So I love that because that's what's missing in a lot of network. And that's why a lot of people hate networking.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. You can see that. Definitely. Definitely.
So talk about the Lunch and Learns the 27th, but behind you on the screen is Kentucky Derby. So talk about your Derby.
Yeah. So I'm actually super excited for the Kentucky Derby. It's actually one of our signature biggest events. And this would be downtown Orlando at the View on the 7th floor. This event is not a networking event. It is a social event for entrepreneurs, leaders, real estate people who are looking to network, but it's not a networking event. This is us giving back to you all so you all can relax and enjoy yourself in a comfortable environment. But at the same time, too, is there's going to be a best dress for $500, a best hat for $250, and it's really good times. They just really cut up and have a good time. There's going to be a VIP section where it's unlimited drinks, unlimited food. There's going to be a dessert bar. There's going to be great music. There's going to be a wine dress lady. Super excited about that. And there's going to be a little show that we're going to have at the end as well. So I'm super excited. I'm super excited. How can they find out more about that event? Can they go to your website or on social media? Is that better? No, perfect. So you all can go to our website, which is the arknetworkgroup.com, or you can always go to Eventbrite, or you can go to All Events, or you can go to Meetup, or you can just type it into Google and it'll pop right up.
I'm excited for you because I love the energy. And when we all got to spend some time together this past weekend, I love just talking to you. You guys have such great ideas, and you,
Mhm.
to me, you embody like your age group's true entrepreneurial spirit. And I think that that is what's missing a lot. And
Mhm.
sometimes it's hard to network with old folks, right? You have to be able to engage us, and you have
It's
to kind of
scary.
understand how to engage. And so I think it's amazing that you offer that service up so that you can bridge the gap. All right, I have a personal question.
Yes.
I like to ask this question of guests because I'm always, usually it's inspiring for me to hear what
Uh-huh.
your answer is. I'm sure it'll be the same here. When I
My
when I say the word hero to you, who is the first person that comes to mind?
dad.
So tell me why.
Well, now my wife changed since I've had my business. When I was younger, it was because I can always count on him. Like he would be there, laugh and joke. I'm doing homework. He's there. We're eating with two peas in a pot. But now that he put me through college as well and stuff like that, pay for my tuition, high school, pay for my dorm and everything like that. But now as I'm older and I guess I'm becoming more of a man, I'm like, oh wow, you made so many sacrifices that I have no clue. And the only reason I know now is because I'm in it. I call it when I'm in the shits. As an entrepreneur, people think it's pretty. I'm like, oh no, it's not. And I didn't register how much my dad have done and sacrificed and all that stuff. Now, and anybody can be a parent, right? Because all you have to do is lay down. But everybody's not a good parent. And
Agreed.
I was like, oh wow, my dad's a good parent. Like, wow, like he have taken bullets for me. I used to work for my dad's company. Sorry, my dad's amazing to me. I used to work for my dad's company, and I didn't register that he was taking hits for me until I started my own company, and I started taking hits, but I couldn't speak about them because it just wasn't appropriate to speak about. And I called him. I was just like, wow, you never told me you was taking these hits within your company for me to grow me, and I had no clue. But it was very interesting. It's very interesting. But I do love my dad. He's a lot. He take care of my whole entire family, my grandma, my aunt. Help us. He does a lot. He does a lot.
It's beautiful. See, I love that. It's good to hear because I never know what you're going to say, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of times it's the first time somebody said it out loud. So
Yeah.
kudos to your dad. Shout out to dad. All right, once again, how do we find out more about you, my friend, and how can they buy tickets, get involved in the Ark Group Network.com website?
Yes.
Tell us.
Perfect. You can always go to our social media, which is the Ark Network Group. Always go to our personal website, which is the arknetworkgroup.com. You can always book an appointment. At the same time, too, I'm always available on social media at Dwayne J. Kent. That's all my social media. I respond rapidly fast when you write me on there. We're just always here. Or you can just Google the Ark Network Group and we'll pop up as well.
I love it, man. You're such a blessing. Your team's a blessing. I think it's so awesome. You cannot fake that energy. I know you must get tired. Because that's a lot of energy to put out there during the day. Woo. Being on all the time, believe me, I get it. Being on all the time.
Yeah, it's like
I love that you pour into people. I love that that's what you're about. You're pouring into people. You're really trying to help people bridge that gap. And I think it's such a blessing. So all of you are a blessing. Y'all get involved. Find out more about Dwayne and the Ark Network Group. You can go to social media, follow him. You can obviously get to him through me. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Y'all get involved. This is a great concept. Now you can go out and somebody's actually going to network with you and provide you opportunities. So it's a brilliant idea. And he's just as amazing in person as he is on camera today. All right, Dwayne, thank you so much. We'll see everybody soon. The arknetworkgroup.com. Check it out.